everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Shereen. I am a classical vocal singer by day and was a formally trained makeup artist. And I'm here to help you to do your stage makeup. It's not only for stage. If you really like the look, you can for sure do it when you have a dinner or you're just going to have party. Let's get started. Today I'm gonna recreate a makeup legendary opera singer by the name of Maria Callas. We will start today with the prep, so I will start with the ordinary hyaluronic acid. So I usually use this and mix with the ordinary buffet. Prep your skin, always very important to begin with makeup, so a long-lasting makeup, very important to do your prep. Talk a little bit about Maria Callas, and by the way, this is Clinique eye cream, just a little bit. So Maria Callas was actually born in New York, and she is baptized with the name, let me try this, Maria Anna Cecilia Sophia Kalogeropoulos. Yes, that's a very mouthful. Okay, so done for the prep. Now I start with the ordinary high adherence silicone primer. Well, if you're not a fan of silicone, you can find another alternative for your primer. I usually really like silicone. I think it sticks really well. She was always called Mary by her mother, and unfortunately Maria Callas has a really bad relationship with her mother because her mother was being really tough when she was young, because her mother discovered that she has a talent in singing. So her mother was pushing her to sing, and at one point that she was saying that her mother was trying to solicit her to some armies in World War II, I think. Yeah, so it wasn't a good childhood. And then for foundation, I'll be using Inglot foundation, and the color is LC100. I mix my Inglot foundation with this Inglot Duraline. So this Duraline is supposed to make your foundation or any powder eyeshadow. Yeah, so it's supposed to make things waterproof and long lasting. So Maria eventually moved back to Greece with her mother after that her mother fell out with her father, so they have a really bitter divorce. Then since then Maria and her sister moved back to Athens, Greece. So I'm gonna use the Nars Pot Concealer, color creme brulee. Oh, it's my favorite dessert. So I'm just gonna dab with my finger on my dark circle. And I'm just gonna blend in with my Zoeva 144 soft concealer brush. The main point of her career is that she was actually asked to sing Elvira in the opera from Bellini, I Puccini. Oh gosh, I tell you, this role, not easy, girl, not easy. Needs really wonderful skill to sing it and techniques. And guess what? She only has 6 days to prepare the role. So 6 days, she did it. She did a really marvelous job, and people were really impressed with her singing, her artistry, her techniques. They're really flawless, and not to mention she's a really wonderful actress. She really ditched the stereotype of opera singers are only really big and they only stand still. and sing, but she's not, you know. She's, yeah, she acts, she sings, so she really brings life to opera singing, and people could queue up for days just to see her performing. The funny story is that Maria was really sick and they insist her to sing. So at the time the president of Italy was there, and they have to announce that, okay, you know, Maria's not coming out to sing. She's really sick. So I just gonna do a little bit of contouring. So I'm using Rimmel Match Perfection. So I just want my nose to like cinch a little bit. So I'm just gonna go down here. And then a little bit on my cheek. And on my jawline. So later on, Maria became really, really successful. You know, she's pretty much everywhere in New York, in the UK, in Italy, everywhere, name it, she's there, and people can get enough of her. So I'm just gonna use my beauty blender to tap it in. She actually did lose 36 kilograms. So after she lost the weight and she became this really elegant, tall, and beautiful. And, you know, she's definitely have a lot of temper, but that makes Maria Callas because, you know, she would say no to things that she doesn't want to. So to quote the former Met Opera general manager Sir Rudolph Bing, he said that Maria Callas is a very difficult woman to work with because she's a very smart woman, and you can't really play her around, you know, like other singers. So, you know, in current world, the term will be she doesn't give a shit on anyone, I guess. I'm gonna use Wet n Wild Cover Concealer White Highlight to highlight. So I really like especially the interpretation of Tosca by Maria Callas. So she's very much known for singing Tosca. So I just gonna highlight my nose and a little bit here on my forehead. And so usually the lights would shine on my cheekbone here, so I just pat it on a little bit. So I usually highlight my under eyes so it gives like this 3D like pop kind of look. Yeah, if that's a word. It's my term, so weird. So I just gonna have another clean sponge because I've used the beauty blender pretty much to blend the contour, so I don't want to mess up my highlight. Just a little bit about her personal life that she actually dated Aristotle Onassis, so she declared it's like, you know, is the true love, like the one and only love in her life. And yes, she went on dating many years with Aristotle Onassis, and it was a little bit unfortunately that in the end Onassis married the very famous Jacqueline Kennedy. Yeah, so at that point, you know, Maria was so heartbroken by the fact that, you know, he didn't marry Maria. Now, moving on my brow, I'm gonna use this heavy rotation. It's a brow product and from Japan, so they came up with a lot of brow products and eyeliner and mascara products. They're really kind of really famous in the Asia region. One very interesting thing is that musically, they find it's really difficult to place a category of a voice. Usually in opera singing, that you know you have this coloratura, which you are singing running passages, and dramatic you're singing more something like a heavy character person, you know, or like a really lyrical voice. But she can nail it all. She can sing. She's by the category as dramatic soprano, but can also sing coloratura really well. Okay, so I've done my brows, so I'm just gonna use some eyebrow powder to just define the shape of the brows. I'm just gonna use the Naked Urban Decay Basics to just touch up my brow a little bit. Maria is also a very talented linguist. Apart from music, you know, she's able to speak really great Italian, and because you know she lived in Verona before, if I'm not mistaken, and she can speak French fluently. You know, at almost the end of her life, she's living in France. Just gonna tidy up with my Nars Concealer jar. So I'm just gonna use this angle brush. This brush was actually gifted by Inglot when I was there shopping for their goods, their makeup products, but unfortunately wasn't the best quality that you know they offer. I usually really like this stuff, but unfortunately this is not really good one. So we're going to move to the eyeshadow. So the eyeshadow, it's something really simple, you know, very as opposed to what it is like today. So I just gonna dab again our Inglot Duraline. I use this as an eyeshadow base as well, because I'm now traveling, so trying to pack light. So I'm gonna use the Urban Decay Basics palette. So I'm just gonna get this color thing just to blend it in, to kind of contour my eyes a little bit. Just very lightly blending the color. So despite having a really great voice that people looking up on her, she pretty much didn't like her own voice. You know, she thinks it's really big and ugly. Some people share this opinion, but what makes Maria Callas because of her voice. You would never find a voice anywhere in the world, because when you listen to a recording, you just go like, oh yes, this is Maria Callas, not other people. I'm just gonna use my Revolution. So I'm sorry there's no name on the color, but I'm just gonna use this color, which is a little bit coal kind of brown, which well, that's not much of an eyeshadow presence on the photo itself, but I can see that, you know, she's using kind of coal shade of brown. I'm just gonna use this brush that I used before to blend it in. There's this one quote that I really like from Callas. So she's saying that she will not kill her enemies, but she will make them kneel down. She will, and she can. You know, that says a lot about her personality. You know, she's this really strong, and yes, definitely not the very stereotypical kind of easy woman. Well, she unfortunately passed away in Paris at the age of 53, and she died from a heart attack in 1997. Yes. Before that she passed away, Aristotle Onassis actually did pass away, and you know, for her, you know, even though they are not together, well, there were rumors of them, you know, still seeing each other, but like I say, you know, I do not want to be like a tabloid. She definitely feel really heartbroken after Onassis' demise. You know, she made it like it's her only true love in her life, and I'm gonna use the same Urban Decay, this color WOS. So just lightly pat it in. I use a clean brush. This is from Real Techniques base shadow brush. Just gently blend it. Okay, so I'm just gonna use Zoeva Luxe Soft Crease and take this color Venus just to lightly blend it in. Maria Callas really kind of inspired so many musicians, you know, after her demise. And oh, something really interesting about her demise is that her ashes, I don't know, sorry to say, you know, they just really low life that, you know, they were stealing her ash from cemetery. Yes. So her ash was stolen, and then, you know, later on they were actually recovered, thank God. I don't know who would actually steal someone's ashes. Horrible people. So later on the ashes were spread in Aragon Sea, so it was actually according to a wish that, you know, she would like her ashes to be spread in Aragon Sea in Greece. Yes. So tell me if I mispronounce the Aragon Sea. Okay, so done blending. So I just will take the same color again, just to highlight my brows a little bit. For my mascara, and I'm using Sugar Mura. A really famous opera singer is Lynette Price. So she's also a very, very famous singer, but she also unfortunately passed away last year. So she had quote that, you know, she took a flight to Chicago to actually watch Maria's opera in Chicago. So she was singing Madame Butterfly. Just gonna go in with fake eyelash. It's a fake eyelash that I bought in a makeup supply store. So it's I don't know. Yeah, it's a code 804, but there's no, I don't know who's the producer or maker of this. So besides the artistry, I think Maria personally inspired me by the way that, first thing, how hard she works. She's working harder than anyone else. Of course, you know, she's really high demand, and you know, she's very much known of her professionalism, for her every detail, attention in music. That's what really inspired me as well. So I'm just gonna measure a little bit. So always cut your lash at the end of the lash, otherwise you will ruin the form of the eyelashes. So always try your glue a little bit. Don't blow it. You know, it's actually a very bad habit in makeup that I see many people do, and you will encourage bacteria grow. You usually lift the end of the lash a little bit, so it just have this kind of like really vixen kind of eyes look. So I just use my finger to just like rub it in with my. So I've done my eyelash. I would take my Shu Uemura eyelash curler to curl the eyelash a bit. You know, just very tiny little bit, not with full force. Another really famous opera singer that worked with Callas is Dame Johnson. So before talking about that, I'm just gonna start my the eyeliner. Yes, I'm really excited with this step. So I'm using Maybelline Hyper Sharp black liner to create that cat liner. So Johnson had mentioned that sorry, I have to crouch a little bit just to fit the mirror. She always rehearse using full voice. So I'm just gonna mark my liner a little bit so that I get this really nice wing, and just to have a look if it is long enough. Okay, done. Eyeliner, cat liner. I'm just gonna go in with the blush. I'm using Zoeva's Coral Spectrum, and in this shade. Also, I just purposely pick a very light blusher so that you know it doesn't take away the focus of the eyes and the lipstick. Very lightly blending on the cheekbone. So I've done my cheek and I'm just gonna go right on the lips. Because of this video, I was just trying to do some more in-depth study on what you have said so that I can take in and learn. I'm gonna line my lips with a lip liner, and it's a lip liner by Wet n Wild. Sorry, I lost the word, so I'm not sure which color it is. For lipsticks, I'm gonna use MAC. The color Ruby Wool. You can see this. I'm gonna scoop it a little bit because I'm gonna mix it with other color. And I'm going to mix with NYX matte lipstick. It doesn't mention what color is this. Oh, it's called Fluff Peace. My tongue always gets twisted very easily. Pardon my English. So I'm just gonna finish up my lips first. I'm just gonna reinforce the contour with a bit of NYX 3-Step to Scalp. So just the brown color just to reinforce my contour a little bit, not too much, so just very lightly blending in. Okay. Normally on my day makeup I don't really contour that much, you know, but if you're on stage, it's always good to contour a little bit more. Just gonna use some highlight powder from Wet n Wild Highlight Bling. So I'm just gonna use this much cooler tone color just to highlight. Yeah, has a very strong kind of jawline, which I don't really have, so I'm trying to recreate it with contouring. So going to highlight my brows. Just a little bit. I use this again, the NYX 3-step scalp, to actually lightly powder my under eyes. The reason that you won't see me using powder that much is because my skin is kind of dehydrated to dry. So, and a little bit smaller brush just to highlight my cupid's bow. Yeah, I'm using this little highlight from this 3D scope. I just have to pose like her. So I hope you liked the video and subscribe my channel, and I hope to see you next.